future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon, broadcasting live out of the Sunset Gower studios, and every Thursday at 7 and Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, and FM 106.5, and now everywhere and anytime on iHeartRadio. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. And if you've missed any of my great guests on the air, everyone from Marianne Williamson to Marianne from Gilligan's Island, Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter, please just go to YouTube. You can subscribe there. It's free. You'll catch all of my hope and happiness guests there, as well as topics that help you be happy 88% of the time. And before we get started with our fabulous guest today, peace in and peace out. Shout out to all the beautiful people I met this weekend, especially my teammates on the Long Beach Yacht Club women's sailing team. We did win first place in the women's Elias Lemwad Memorial Regatta, Linda Elias Memorial One Design for Women, and it was just amazing. Shout out to my two fabulous skippers, Wendy and Lisa, and all of my teammates that we just kicked it on the water, and all of the sailors that came down from Seattle and San Francisco, and we were great competitors, and just so appreciate that weekend on the water. And also, especially my Beth and Stephanie at the mast, who made my job really easy. And also Sherry, my pitmate. And thanks to Patty at Keen Footwear for sponsoring I got a free pair of shoes for that. So go to my Facebook and you can see me getting pushed into the water in celebration. But now it is time for the guest you've all been waiting for, one of the funniest actresses whose memorable lead role in The Nanny made her voice a household sound. She was a guest on my show 5 years ago, believe it or not. I've been on the air 288 consecutive weeks in a row, but she's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome to the studio, Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
And supporting Cancer Schmance. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're back. And actually, before you talk, I have a friend who you may or may not have met who has some things in common with you. I'd like her to come on too, but she's going to let you talk because I know you have to leave early. But Charlotte Rae, an actress that a lot of people know from Facts of Life. She's an actress. She was just in Ricky and the Flash. She's also a cancer thriver, Fran. I didn't know if you knew that. So she's going to come on and also join us. And when you have to leave, she's going to take over and help me continue on the show. So please welcome to my studio, Charlotte Rae.
Hello. Hi, Charlotte. So nice to see you.
Isn't it wonderful?
I'm a big fan. Ditto.
Well, somebody said to me this morning, you have two of the greatest laughs coming on your show at the same time.
Oh,
There we go.
I think, Charlotte, we were at some theater show recently, but for the life of me, I can't remember. I was in a theater, and you were there too. Did you see a show recently or in the last few months? I don't know. Were you at Hello Dolly with Bette Midler?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Maybe we were there the same night because that was one of the last shows I saw of recent.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I thought. I wrote her a note and I said, I love you and I know that you're going to be magnificent. Keep up the good work. I'm not going to come back to see you, but I love you. I didn't go back. No, I didn't.
Yes, I went back. She looked amazing after a big show like that. She had it down. She looked good. And I was appreciative to be able to see her perform. She's always so, joyful and so great, full of good energy.
And I think
that.
Yes, and I think both of you embody that description. And how much of attitude helps cancer thrivers? I guess we'll start with that.
Charlotte, you're welcome to come to my health summit on the 24th as my guest. You're more than welcome to. I'd love to have you. Now that I know that you too are a thriver.
Yeah. We're on the 24th of what?
This month, next week, Tuesday. It's at the
Dorothy Chandler Pavilion.
Dorothy Chandler in the Music Center downtown, and it's a whole day, like a master class with very exciting speakers. Bam, bam, bam. We give you, a pad and a pen. You start taking notes. We serve organic food. People don't even want to get up to go to the restroom because they're afraid they're going to miss somebody. And it covers a full spectrum of amazing health issues that, are chronic or of interest to our audience. And the whole thing is in support of Cancer Schmancer, my organization that I founded.
Yes.
Wonderful. Onward and upward with your wonderful thing that you're doing.
Yeah, you turn lemons into lemonade, girl. That's what we do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it. And that's what we do at Cancer Schmancer. We pivot the focus towards identifying causes and eliminating it. We are driving this unhealthy engine and becoming an increasingly unhealthy nation. And 1 out of 3 women and 1 out of 2 men are expected to get cancer in their life. And the children of today, for the first time in U.S. history, are predicted to not live as long as their parents. And we're doing it ourselves with mindless consumerism. And what we do at Cancer Schmancer is retrain you to start asking the right questions, because there's a lot of money in sickness, make no mistake about that. And nobody is putting energy into eliminating causes of cancer. They're much more focused on coming up with the next big thing in big business pharmaceuticals that may keep you chronically ill living longer. And that's not what we're about at Cancer Schmancer. That's got to stop. It's the 21st century, and we have to start looking at what we're doing on a daily basis that's creating dis-ease, poor health, for not only ourselves as women, but also every member of our family and our pets. And part of it is we have a very progressive program at Cancer Schmancer called Detox Your Home. The home is the most toxic place we spend the most time in. Also, we expand your mind to include alternative options to conventional Western medicine if you are diagnosed with a disease, and, to incorporate it or, make a different choice. But certainly knowledge is power, and you have to know what's available. And that will it's unlikely it will be on the menu at the doctor's office because they're in their silos. They don't even teach alternative options or indigenous wisdom
Yeah.
or ancient practices in medical school, and they're certainly not going to pass it on to you. So there's a very tight kind of medical community of conventional medicine, and that's not the only option. So that's if you catch it on arrival, 95% survival. So we train you to start recognizing the warning whisper, the tests that are available, because they may not be on the menu at the doctor's office either. And it's at the whisper stage that it's the most curable, the easiest to take care of quickly, and that's the time when we generally may ignore it, may not think of it as anything possibly serious. So we change your thinking. This may be nothing, but God forbid it's something. I want to catch it at the onset, because catch it on arrival, 95% survival. Then, prevention. Over 90% of all cancers and many, many diseases that chronically plague Americans are environmentally stimulated. Yeah. And even if you have a genetic tendency towards something, genes can be turned on and off by environment. That's science. So, we have to also understand that what we're doing is creating disease in our life, and that's our Detox Your Home program, where we encourage you to take the checks, choose, and change challenge by thinking about what you are putting in, on, and around you. What are you eating? All your personal care items, including oral health. And then what are you cleaning and gardening with? You must start with that in your home and for every member of your family, because if you're buying industrial farmed food, you're doing yourselves a grave disservice. They're just laden with agrochemicals and hormones and antibiotics, and they're not serving you or the land well.
Right.
If you're, you need you need to eat food that's not growing in dead soil.
Right.
But has a strong infrastructure of a microbiome, or that food is not nutritious.
Right.
Which is why so many people need vitamins. And then even the vitamins, they don't know how the body is absorbing it. And most people, are excreting very, healthy urine, because it's just passing right through.
Right.
So, what we don't know is killing us. What we need to learn ASAP. And we at Cancer Transfer are devoted to turning patients into medical consumers, to retraining you to thinking about causation and the elimination, to motivate and actuate your lifestyle into something that will enable your immune system to do what it's supposed to do. But to do that, you have to start thinking about what you're doing wrong.
Make better choices.
Without question. You got to rethink and relearn everything that you thought was good from the 20th century. It was good for some people, but just big business manufacturers. The rest of us are getting sicker and sicker.
Right. And
while they get richer and richer.
Right. And one of the things that I've noticed, you wear less makeup now, because that's one of the areas that we are affecting our skin with some of the chemicals.
The stuff that you put on every day. I don't wear makeup every day, but your toothpaste, your deodorant, your moisturizers, that you put on every single day, and sometimes a few times a day, that perfumes, all of that stuff. What are you cleaning with? Before a woman and a man leaves the bathroom, they've been exposed to 8 to a dozen carcinogens. And nobody really is clear on the combinations or how that's impacting or compromising your immune system.
And all of this
children absorb these things even faster, and their body is reproducing faster, and so it's impacting them even quicker. than in a grown-up, and that's something else you have to think about.
Absolutely.
So, but once you wake up and smell the coffee, it's hard to go back to sleep. And we are going to talk about all that at the Fran Drescher Health Summit on October 24th. And you can go to cancerschmancer.org and get your ticket, because this will be a master class that is literally life-changing. And when you go home, you'll be able to tell your family, okay, we got a game plan now, and we're going to do it as a family, and we're going to take one step at a time. And every time we replace something, we're going to replace it with something that's healthy for us and healthy for the planet, because we're one big, living, interconnected organism.
Absolutely.
And until we start thinking about it that way, reduce on your plastic, reduce on, all industrial farm foods, reduce on all of your cleaning products that are not eco-friendly, because it's just too strong and it's hurting you. You don't need it.
Yes.
They tell you need it because they want to sell you.
Right.
But if we stop buying it, they'd stop making it. Trust me. They're only interested in making money off of you. And nobody is going to tell you to be a smart consumer but us. So, and those people like us. But, I feel like we're ahead of the curve, and we want to bring everybody with us, because this is the only way to stop all the sickness, the disease, the pollution. The sicker we make the planet, the sicker we make ourselves, and vice versa. It's the same, one and the same.
Yes, we are
one
all
and the
connected
same
that way. Yes, and just kudos to you. I'm going to give you the Dr. Marissa Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award again, because you don't have to do this. You're not selling anything except information to help us be more healthy. And I said this on the pink carpet to you. I so appreciate I don't have stars, quote unquote, on the show a lot, unless they're doing something with their spotlight and their limelight and turning it on areas of darkness that we can illuminate and brighten. So thank you for what you do. You're a cancer thriver. You didn't just shut down or just hide that, but you have used this whole situation that you've been in to help illuminate and help all of us with more information. And I so appreciate that. If you want to join Fran and I and Charlotte next Tuesday, go to trashcancer.org or cancerschmancer.
No, not trans.
It's not?
I don't think trash cancer. No.
Oh.
I think it's cancerschmancer.org/WHS, or just cancerschmancer.org. And you can click on the Health Summit and get your tickets. I'm afraid to send people to that, because I've not been sending people to that. So that could be a little mislead, because we do have a trash cancer program which teaches you how to detox your home.
Thank you for that clarification.
But I think that we're best off just saying to everyone, please go to cancerschmancer.org and get your tickets for the Health Summit 2017. You won't regret it.
Absolutely. Do we have time for a quick personal question? Remember the first time you came on, I asked you what you were looking for in a man, and you gave me the 5 S's. Is that still holding true?
Yes. Well, I put in a 6th one now.
Oh, you have. Good. So it was sexy, successful, smart, single, straight, and
sane.
I'm not going to go there.
Sexy, smart, successful, single, straight, and sane.
Got it. Not based on experience.
Thank you so much, ladies. I'll see you on the 24th. And I appreciate both your support and your listeners.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fran. We'll see you next week.
Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Peace in and peace out. All right. If you've just tuned in, that was, yes, you noticed from the laugh, that was Fran Drescher calling in to educate us again on how we can prevent cancer. It's not just an inevitable, even if you've had it in your family, that over 90% of cancer is environmental, and you can help yourself. I also have, who's been nice and quiet just so Fran could get in all of her information, but we are blessed to have Charlotte Ray also on the line, and I'm so grateful that you guys actually connected on my show, and maybe I get to see you in person as well next Tuesday, Charlotte.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But anyway, she's marvelous.
Isn't
I
she?
think she's a real wonderful speaker about what's important and what's healthy and what's not healthy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely. And I understand you're actually going through chemo right now.
Yes, this is for the third time.
Oh, geez. Okay. Tough?
Well, no, it's all right. It started way back. When was that? In 2000. When was it? 2008. What happened was my mother, my uncle, and my sister died of pancreatic cancer.
Oh.
All three of them. And then they told me, because I was an actress and well known, that I could go to my hometown and talk to them about pancreatic cancer and how to be sure to get a checkup every year. And so I went to Milwaukee, my hometown, and they did a checkup on me and my sister Mimi. And my sister Mimi was fine. They told me that I should get a checkup in 6 months. So unfortunately, I didn't like the guy that they introduced me to in where I lived in L.A. And so I decided to go a year later back to Milwaukee. Well, a year later, I went back, and I had pancreatic cancer.
Wow.
Full blown.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. So I went to a wonderful surgeon, Dr. Rieger, and I had cancer remedial stuff with Dr. Isaacov for 6 months, once a week. And Dr. Weaver, the surgeon who took off the end of my pancreatic cancer, he didn't treat me like an old lady. I mean, I have asthma, and I have, what else do I have? I have a pacemaker and a microwave, not a microwave, but something
You're
like
the
that.
Iron Woman.
And I have scoliosis.
Wow.
But they didn't send me home. They didn't send me home. And he removed the tail of my pancreas. And I before the surgery, I went to somebody, Cheryl O'Neill. She was a therapist, and she gave me wonderful images to think about while I was
nice.
under the ether. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that was, yeah.
How young are you now? Can I ask?
I'm 91 now.
Wow, you are definitely my youngest guest on the show. You've broken my record. I'm sarcasm is another service I offer. No, I'm just so delighted. You're awesome.
Yeah.
91, and you just got off a plane. You're on a radio show. You're helping me co-host this show. I mean, come on. You go. That's beautiful. And actually, I want to take this time to show a little clip of I got to meet some fabulous artists and gymnasts and Olympic and singer-songwriters. and interview them on the pink carpet at an event last Sunday that I'm sure you would have been at if you had known, called Jump, Jive, and Thrive. And I'm going to show a little clip that you can hear of my interview with Marissa Etheridge. You know who that is? The singer, Oscar
Hi, this-
Grammy. Yeah, and we're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
play it right now.
Brilliant. Wonderful.
Wonderful, yeah. All right. Chris is setting it up. Yeah. So what I did was I got to interview Fran on the pink carpet, knowing that she was going to come here too, and then there a bunch of other interviews that I've been saving and not publishing because I wanted to show it today, because today's show obviously is celebrating cancer survivor and prevention for the month of October. So I think we're ready, and we're going to play it now. Hi, this is Dr.
All
Marissa
right.
reporting live from the Poly Pavilion at the Jump, Jive, and Thrive.
Yeah.
It is Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah, here with someone who has inspired and given us some music to love for a long time. And I am just so pleased to speak with you. What does this feel like, being honored and supporting and all of this?
Well, I really, really like the direction that this is going. The focus is on thriving. And to me, so much of what the focus on cancer has been about surviving and how you're going through a battle.
Yeah.
And my experience was my breast cancer diagnosis brought me more closer to myself and had me understand life and joy and how important it is to understand how much stress I'm under and what that's doing to myself, and putting myself first so that I can be there for my family and for my friends. That's really why, and it's why I really like this focus here.
So it sounds like cancer almost was a way to bring you to yourself.
I am one of those people that say, hey, my cancer was a gift. Absolutely.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. I have a show about hope and happiness out of the Sunset Garage Studios. Would love to have you as a guest.
I would love to. That's what it's all about.
It is. So if you would sign out with me for times to come. This is Marissa Etheridge with Dr. Marissa saying peace in and peace out. Isn't that cool, Charlotte?
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
She was really, she's not just a Grammy winner, but twice. She's an Oscar winner, and her attitude was, talk about the lemon out of lemon and lemonade. It does seem like those people who are thriving are the ones with the positive attitude about being, about having cancer. Would you say you obviously you've done this 3 times now. You tell me what helps you, so that anyone listening in who has or is going through cancer right now, what would you say is so important for you when you're going through treatment or whatever you're doing?
Well, you just be grateful for the health that you've had and for the health that you're going to have. And I'm just so grateful that they detected the cancer. Well, let's see. Now I'm in cancer for the 3rd time, and I'm still here at 91. I'm so incredibly grateful. You can imagine how I feel.
Yeah.
And the 2nd time, it was a different thing. It was a 6-month checkup, and my skin doctor found it, and my jaw was swollen, and I went to Dr. Simon, and I biopsy and lymph node in the neck. They said it was a salivary gland and in the cancer, and 6 months radiation. While I was rehearsing, I was doing a play.
Wow.
And and then when that was done, that was wonderful. And then a year later, it came back again. And now I'm on. What am I doing now? I had 2 weeks of radiation with the old doctor, but then I switched to Dr. Woolman, and now what am I going to do now? I went to New York, had a wonderful time, saw Bette Midler in her show,
Oh, yay.
and it was terrific. And now, all of a sudden, I have it on my spine. So now, I'm trying to. It went into my bones.
Oh.
But I mean, the ultrasound and the mammogram show that I didn't have breast cancer, but they found that it originated from the salivary gland, and I'm going for chemo with Dr. Zev Weinberg, and I don't know, I'm just enjoying my life, and there's improvement. They said that it's improving, and I'm busy talking to people and giving courage to as many people as I can, because I can't believe that I'm still above ground and enjoying my life and my friends, and I want to pass on as much good cheer as possible.
Beautiful.
It's wonderful, but Fran is doing something very, very positive.
Yes.
A whole program.
Correct.
Yeah, what she's doing is fantastic. Yeah.
That's
but,
great.
I think that it's amazing that I'm still above ground and enjoying my life and my friends and life.
So there's
Beautiful.
proof right there. You can hear it in her voice. The reason why she is as she is and doing all that she is this amazing, beautiful, wonderful frame on her life in gratitude. And I'm so grateful that I got to have Charlotte Ray on the air with me. And it is time for us to thank our sponsor for today's show. So, Charlotte, just hang on and we'll be back in 2 and 2. Just remember, it's about balance, peace in, and peace out. Okay, jazz lovers, it's time to celebrate life with a Catalina Island weekend getaway with jazz greats like Rick Braun, Richard Elliott, Manhattan Transfer, Take 6, Gerald Albright, and Norman Brown. Don't miss the 31st Jazz Tracks Festival at the beautiful Avalon Casino on Catalina Island 2 weekends, October 12th and 19th. Tickets are selling out fast, so go to jazztracks.com. That's jazztracks with an X.com today. Back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon here out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California on Universal Broadcasting Network. And then every Thursday at 7, Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC, NBC News radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5. And everywhere on iHeartRadio. And this is a show about hope and happiness, and I'm so delighted to have, we just had Fran earlier, and now we still have with us Charlotte Ray, and you'll remember her from Different Strokes, and then for many years on Facts of Life, and then it just is like the Energizer Bunny, does not stop, and she was just not that long ago on with Meryl Streep on Ricky and the Flash. And she just flew back from New York. She's a third time going through treatment, a thriver of the nth degree, and now one of the youngest members of my guests on the air. She's 91 years young, and I'm so grateful to have you. So I have a couple more interviews. So we have 2 Olympic gold medal winners. One of them is a cancer thriver. And I guess we'll find Shannon Miller's first and pull that up. She was amazing. And let me tell you about the show. Jump, Jive, and Thrive is actually going to be aired on, it's a YouTube link, Jump, Jive, and Thrive is going to be on CBS on October the 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to watch that, there's gymnastics, there's the gymnastics team, Miss Val, who I'm going to release my interview with her. I'm actually going to invite her on the show. She's the 6-time NCAA coach of the winning UCLA gymnastics team. She won Coach of the Century. She's beautiful, cancer thriver as well. And so I think we're going to show Shannon Miller's right now.
Okay, wonderful.
Hi, this is Dr. Marissa reporting live from the Poly Pavilion in a great benefit event, Jump and Jive and Thrive. And I have here an amazing gymnast, Shannon Miller, and she's here. Why?
I am here to support awareness for cancer. I'm an ovarian cancer survivor. My mother is a cancer survivor. Obviously, I was a gymnast back in the day, but this is something I'm very passionate about. I do a lot with women's health and wellness. And for me, it's all about getting awareness out there, helping people understand how they can help with research, how they can help get to their own doctor's appointments and get those exams, but also an opportunity with the dance and the gymnastics and the music just to get up and move and celebrate life.
She's beautiful. It wasn't that long ago. What's your favorite memory of that time?
Oh my goodness. Well, there's so many, but I think the 96 Olympics, winning gold with our team, the Magnificent Seven, standing up there, singing the flag being raised, and it was just such an incredible moment. I mean, especially for a 19-year-old to do that.
Yes. Love to have you on my show. Last thing I do is peace in and peace out. It's all about balance. Peace in and peace out. Thank you. Thank you so much. She was absolutely gorgeous, Shannon Miller. Hi, this is Dr. Marissa reporting. And then we have one more from Lori Hernandez, who she's not a cancer thriver, but she wanted to come and support. She is the most recent Olympic gold gymnastics winner, and I'm sure you watched it on TV. She has this very bubbly... She's as bubbly in person as she is on the beam. So go ahead and show that. Beautiful smile. I'm Dr. Marissa reporting live from Poly Pavilion, UCLA. We're here to do some beautiful work and shed hope and happiness. I am Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. And I have here Lori Hernandez. Tell me why you would want to support an event like this.
I think it's really important to get the message out there. I think that so many people are so many people are here to tell their story and to explain what they've been through. And I think a lot of people really need to hear that and just be grateful for where they are. I think that it's really important to get this message out there.
Beautiful. What do you do in the morning when you don't feel like getting out there?
I think when I don't feel like getting out there, I remind myself that, today's a great day because I got to wake up today.
Beautiful.
So as soon as you can switch that mindset, that's it. You decide how your day goes,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I sign out of every show by saying peace in, and peace out.
And peace out.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, Lori.
I think I'm going to call this show the Laughing Show. There are so many distinctive laughers today. Right? And there we have it. I love you. You're adorable. So,
Thank you.
yeah. And so let's do, because I know people are going to say, what was your favorite part of Facts of Life? Or what is, you've had quite the life yourself. Yes?
Oh, yeah, it's been a big, big, wonderful life. Yeah. Some of it's been very, very fabulous, and some of it's been very, very tragic, but that's life, right?
Absolutely. Ups, peaks and valleys, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have time. Harlan wrote down some of the facts on your sheet. And, one thing that I didn't get a chance to bring up with Fran on the straight thing, both of your husbands ended up coming out as gay. That's a commonality. Did you know that? Hers as well.
Yes.
Oh, you
I
had
knew
known
that,
about.
but,
Okay.
It's something that eventually happened. That people, the guys finally came out and realized that they could speak openly about it and be free, and that was a good thing. It was a good thing.
Right.
It was unfortunate that I wasn't given that information in the beginning, but I had a wonderful time with him. He was a good father always, from the beginning to the end of his life. He was a good father, and he was a very talented man, a very good composer, and he did some marvelous movies, and was very, very successful. And so I mean, it's sorry that it was the way it was, but I feel for him. I really feel that I'm 100% for him. You understand?
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's beautiful. How gracious that is, and how loving that is of you. I understand you're friends now, which is great, and that's beautiful. So we have a couple of minutes left. One is, what was your favorite? I had a question come in on a message. What was your favorite episode on Facts of Life? Is one question. Do you have one, or the whole show was fabulous?
I don't know. I just love the girls. I love the show. I love the messages that we gave. And the parents and children could sit down and listen to them all, about divorce and death and all sorts of different things that were and suicide. There were things that they could sit down and share these episodes together.
Yeah.
The parents and the children. I loved it. I loved it. And I love the girls. The girls are terrific. I'm still in touch with them all.
I was just going to ask. Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have
and they all called me on my 91st birthday to wish me a happy birthday.
That's so awesome.
Whenever they're in town, they come and see me, which is wonderful.
That's great. That's great. Well, we'll just plan for your 92nd birthday to have everybody either in studio or call in. How's that sound?
Yeah, but if they want to see me on my, I wrote a book, and you can get it on Amazon.
Beautiful.
I wrote a book. Yeah, what's it called?
It's called The Facts of My Life.
The Facts of My Life.
Right?
And my life is filled with ups and downs. And I think people would really enjoy it.
Yep.
And I do have a recording of it as well.
Fabulous.
And so you can get it all on Amazon, okay?
Absolutely. Please do. Please do. There's a lot of people who remember you, and you can support her through this. Go get her book, and you get the inside story of the facts of her life. I already know some. I'm not even going to say them on the air because I'm going to make you get the book because it's a great book. I have the inside scoop.
Wonderful show. I mean, I'll tell you, the time went by. Is it all over?
Yeah, it's almost all over. I have a couple more things to deal with you with. One is I can't miss the opportunity. I'm sure you've heard of what's going on with the whole Weintraub, the sexual abuse, sexual harassment, in all that.
Yes.
What is your take on that?
I think he's a scumbag.
and there we have it. Beautiful. So can't really top that. Yeah. So what is the lesson? Anytime something bad happens in life, I have been trained to ask myself, what is trying to develop as a direct result of this crap or this shiitake? Okay, so what can we learn, grow, and develop as a direct result of this stuff? So instead of hearing about it and then complaining and then nothing changes, what can we do differently when something like this happens?
Oh, you mean something like what's his name?
Yes.
Well, take action. Yes. Don't sit back and be passive.
Yep.
be active. We all have to be active.
So when
You know, one person can make a difference. They can
Yes.
do it. They
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah. Now you actually worked with Meryl Streep. She's getting a little heat
Yeah.
around all of this. Anything to say about that? I think I'm.
Except that she's a very genuine person.
She's one of my
There's
favorite actresses.
nothing phony about her. She's I mean, as soon as I went on the set, she came out and to greet me and made me feel comfortable. And I so enjoyed working with her.
Yeah.
She's not only a great actress, she's a really decent, loving human being. Who could ask for anything more?
That's beautiful. So before we go on a rampage, always wait for the facts. Wait for the facts. I know that's one thing that we can all do. So what is your wish for this next year? I'm wishing you full recovery, great health, remission, and all of that. But what is something you would like to do this year that you haven't done yet?
I don't know. I would like to be of service. To be of service in any way that I can be of service.
Well,
to
you are
humanity.
right now by being alive and grateful, and you are just a shining example of what it's like to grow old gracefully and beautifully. I end every show with a question for all of my guests. Who would you like to be grateful to that helped you be who you are?
Well, you know, my higher power, my God. I'm very grateful to God because I rely on God a lot. And I'm inspired by many people. But I mean, it's my higher power, my God,
That's beautiful.
which keeps me together and motivates me to move and makes me love and cherish the people that I love and cherish the people in the world and say prayers. Oh my God, am I saying prayers for the people in the world?
Yes.
Especially in our country, but all over the world. There's so much chaos and so much disorganization, so much hunger and tragedy and death.
Yes.
Oh God, give some peace and love and bread to the people of the world.
Yeah, beautiful. And we share that in common. I call my God my UPS man, my universal power source, who delivers every morning when I pray and meditate. So we absolutely share that in common. Thank you so much, Charlotte Ray, for coming on the show and helping me co-host this Cancer Awareness and Prevention show. I wish you the best. I send you all the love and healing energy right now with the breath, sending it out your way. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye.
I love you too.
Aww.
I love you. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. God bless. God bless.
All right. What a fabulous. I'm so grateful. So I'm so lucky with this show. The people that I get to spend time talking to and meeting. So it is time for a very quick balance bar at the end of the show, where I invite you to come and balance with me. We are on round 76, balance tip, day 17 on the 21-day fast from complaining. What are the benefits of not complaining? One is you feel better. So, and sometimes when you think that everybody has a right to your opinion, that's not true. If you think you always have to say what's on your mind or tell it like it is, most often it is not positive, and then you will find things to complain about. So I follow the rule from Dr. David Simon, 3 questions to ask before you open your mouth. Is it kind? Is it true? And is it necessary? If it's not, never miss an opportunity to keep your mouth shut. And a peace shout out for a number of people that we did not get a chance to show their interviews. Dave Cause, fabulous jazz saxophonist, as well as Mark Ballas and BC Jean. I think I have some pictures up there that you can sort of flip through real quick. Samantha Harris, great actress. The boy band that actually sang for me. I'm going to be posting those all up on my Red Carpet YouTube channel. So find them. My interview with singer Judith Hill, whose mom is in remission now. I'm so grateful. Her role. So again, don't forget to watch Jump, Jive, and Thrive, October 21st at CBS, 1 p.m. Eastern. And please go to www.cancerschmancer.org. Fran Drescher's fabulous, lots of education on there on how to prevent cancer, so you're not the 1 in 3 and 1 in 2 men and women that are getting cancer. Also, Monday nights, I am teaching balanced Tai Chi Gong, 6 p.m. sunset, moving meditation on right by the pier in the grassy area. We had a great class yesterday. And if you would like to work with me on the beach for more balance, hope, and happiness in your life, please do contact me at the number 4balance.org. And next week, I am very, very happy to announce that we're having a show specifically for children. And I have a wonderful author coming on. He's an award-winning, best-selling conscious bedtime stories author. His name is Andrew Newman, and he will be coming on the air with me, and we'll be reading some of his books. So if you have children, please do listen in. Sometimes on my Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa, I ask you not to tune in with your kids last week of the month. But this show is particularly for children. And I'm going to ask him to read The Boy Who Searched for Silence and The Hug That Got Stuck. And one last peace in, peace out, shout out again. I did not mention one thing with my Lemwad regatta is Linda Elias was the woman that the regatta is named after. It was actually a cancer. She had ovarian cancer, and so we hold this yearly race in her honor. And Mary Cheers is a friend of hers who, if you look on my Facebook, she describes what Alinda was like, and I just wanted to dedicate this show to her in her memory because of the important work she did for us women sailors on the water and the important work that we all continue doing, raising awareness. If you know anyone with cancer, I want you to contact them today and just to tell them that you love them and that you're here for them. I want to dedicate this show to anyone who's been touched by this and knowing that there is, you're beautiful, wonderful. You will get through to the other side, and that you are loving, lovable, and loved, and wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness, no matter what you're going through. And that's for anyone who is not feeling perfect health right now. So that's it. My Dr. Marissa's little special blessing at the end of the show. Maybe we'll start that as a practice. But I'm so grateful to all of you for tuning in. Remember, it is all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Learned to cry at an early age. People around me, my heart in a cage. It was a book, don't turn a page.